roads, we have electricity, we have given the food to everybody, we have given employment to everybody. Actually, that was not true. In those days, I remember that the Soviet Nari and Soviet Sun, two magazines come from the Moscow. We were, although we were little while, but with a very good paper of that. और मन में एक impression था कि that Russia is a very बढ़िया देश है. हालांकि it was not the exact scene, but including our Jawaharlal Nehru ji, everybody was impressed. 14 country at that time was following that model of communism. The theory that Marx and Lenin developed and Stalin persuaded on which model, that was everything was controlled by the government, and it was a centralized economy. Everything was centralized by the government. Maybe factory, maybe roads, maybe air services, maybe television, maybe radio, maybe print, everything. Even family system was controlled by the government. Where you want to live, where with which lady you want to live, it was also decided by the government. In which factory you have to do work, how much this factory will get output. This type of model was worked out in this type of system, and it was working in 70-75. At that time also, everybody was saying this is not a good model, but Nehruji was impressed, and he sent there Mahal novice studies there in Moscow, and coming back, he started this 5th year plan. So that model is also called Mahal novice model of economy. Our 5-year plan, big dams, big projects, big factory, and every factory and by the public sector, that means government sector. Government was producing our shoes, government was producing our machinery, government was producing our electricity, government was running our transport system. Even at that time, I remember when my mother and my father was constructing our makan. Then we felt shortage of 10 bori cement, because that was to be given by the quota. So we have to stop our construction because the 50 bags of cement were finished. We were miscalculated. We want 10 cement ka bori more, but we have to take the permission, and that took 10-12 days. And that 10-12 days we have to stop our labor and all that. So this was the shape of our economy. And but Nehruji and after Nehru, Indiraji very cleverly said it is not a communist model. It is a socialistic model. It is a naam jo hai different दे दिया. Oh, it is a mixed economy model, and it will suit India also. And we raised Bhagra Nangal Dam. We raised our airline. We took over from the Tatas this airline. Some such type of hotel was also run by the government. Actually, this is the left-leaning, left-thinking communist model. But as we know, in the 90s, 80s and 90s, Russian model started collapsing. Actually, it was collapsed before all even, but the information was not coming out. When this came out, and then the Gorbachev in the Russia, he started glasnost and perestroika, whatever we can call Sudharvadi Nitya. But I think it was 89 November, when thousands of persons arrived the Duma, the parliament of Russia, and they shouted that these are departs of our MPs. We are hungry, give us bread, give us employment. There is no development. So there that collapsed that model, and the 34-35 feet long statue of Lenin was नीचे गिरा दिया गया, एकदम डस्ट में डाल दिया गया, एंड दैट फिनिश हुआ ये अपना दिस सिस्टम। और वहां पर अगर ये सिस्टम कोलैप्स हुआ तो इट वाज टू बी here also in Bharat, because we were only copying that model. And here also you have listened that when the Chandrasekhar was our prime minister and Rajiv Gandhi Congress was supporting from the outside, then the finance secretary of Chandrasekhar told him that we have no balance to even repay our हमारा ब्याज देने लायक नहीं है पैसा, नेसेसरी ट्रेड बैलेंस के लिए जो चाहिए वो नहीं है हमारे पास, वो then we have to mortgage our 66 ton of gold to the Bank of England and Bank of, I think, Japan, to the World Bank. This was the scene then. यानी जिसको कहते हैं दिवालिया हो गया भारत. When we put our gold on our mortgage, that was a declaration that the Indian economy has been collapsed. At that time, it was election. In election, Rajiv Gandhi was murdered. There was a sympathy wave, and the Narsingh Rao became the prime minister. And Manmohan Singh, which was previously finance secretary and financial some officer, he was made our finance minister. Now it was the time to look the Bharatiya Vikas model, Swadeshi Vikas model, indigenous Vikas model. But now it was the same story. Manmohan Singh and P.V. Narasimha Rao, they were also intellectual person, they were also Deshbhakt person, but they also was the same paradigm which was of the Nehru. They didn't know there was a Bharatiya Vikas model, and they have not even Shraddha, any type of Astha in the Indian economic model. So 1991 onwards, they now took our economy 180 degree from left to right. And we started copying American model, that is capitalistic model. At that time, the founder of Swadeshi Jagran, Dattopant Thengdi said, no, it should not be. We are going again on the wrong path. We should go only the indigenous economy, the Indian model. Now this paper of Professor Angus Madison, this came out in 2008, 2009, I think, something in those days. But Dattopant Thengdi, who wrote the third way, Dattopant Thengdi, with the help of Professor M.G. Bogre, Vice Chancellor for Nagpur University, who wrote the Hindu economics, they told the audience, they told the economists, they told the government that there was a beautiful model, economic model, sustainable model within Bharat. We should follow that. That is Swadeshi model. That is the Hindu economic model. But no. Manmohan Singh and Narasimha Rao did not pay heed to them, and they started this capitalistic model, which was presented by America and European countries, European economies. और अभी हम देखते हैं क्या है. From the 1991 up to 2008, when the recession came, everybody was shocked. But Dattopant Thengdi previously has भविष्यवाणी किया था. In the 70s, he told that the Russian economy will collapse, and also in the 90s, he has told that up to 2015, American economy will also collapse. And we see in the 2008-9, there was a great recession in US, Europe, and everywhere. So this model does not suit Indian culture, Indian society, Indian economy. We are seeing now from the last 4-5 years, there in itself, in the US itself, what is the Trump phenomena? Trump was the his slogan was "Make America Again." He was for the American economy, for the indigenous economy. So, and the second, for example, Brexit. There was Brexit. Britain was a part of European Union in 2013-14. There was demand for the to be out from the European Union. It was opposite to the idea of globalization, which was very much pronounced liberalization, privatization, globalization. This idea was a very famous thing in the 90s and 2000 dashak mein. But these ideas also collapsed, and the Britain voted for Brexit. Voting of England on Brexit in the favor of Brexit, it was a declaration that the globalization idea of globalization is not working. Even now, China China now only 7 days back, China has told to its state that you should purchase everything produced by China. Every economy is going nowadays domestic. Then why should not the Bharat? This was the thing that Dattopan Thingri was saying from the last 30, 40 years. As we know, his famous study of Professor Angus Madsen, we were from 0 AD to 2015, we were contributing to the world GDP as high as 32-33%. So much was the good economic system of Indian. It was based on decentralization. It was based on Swadeshi idea. और भारत से इतना बड़ा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, it was quoted by Angus Madsen that from 0 AD to 1500 AD, but he does not study the before 0 AD. If he went to BC, then we are claiming from the last 10,000 years, Indian economic model is working. Russian model started in 1917 when this Lenin has वहां पर revolution, Bolshevik Kranti in 1917, and it collapsed in 1990. You can say only in 73 years, Russian model collapsed. And American model, if we consider that after First World War, American economic model became the super. Then from the 1918 to 2008, we can say maximum it is working on 88 years. Now you see, the Russian communist model works only for 73 years and collapses. American capitalistic model remains 88 years and collapses. And Indian development model, Indian economic model, it is working from the last 10,000 years and more. What a great economic model. And that also without any troubling to our environment. Today we are signing COP2 Paris formula, breaking, signing. Everybody written by this loss of environment. This is the model, this is the product of the bad model of the capitalistic model from the last only 100 years. And when we were our 10,000 years and more, we were the economic superpower, then there was no issue of environment. Why? Because this is sustainable model. This model sustains, this is environment friendly, and no issue of unemployment, no issue of chota or bada, no disparity, no. Now in the capitalistic model, Thomas Piketty has written the book. There is so much in every big European country, American economy. There is a huge gap between lower section of the society and the higher section of the society. So, if we have to sustain our economic model, that should be our yes. It is not, I am saying, from Thomas Piketty to Engels medicine. All the researchers are saying that this type of capitalistic model and that type of communist model, they does not work. They are bound to collapse. Only the model which will not collapse, that is the Indian model, which was 10,000 year long back good.
Sir, 1 minute. There is your video has stopped. Can you switch on the video? It's going live.
Actually, I did not stop this. Oh. Now it is okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Yes. So now in the Bharat itself, we are saying Atmanirbhar Bharat. This is an our policy. And Dattopant was saying Swavlambi Bharat, one and the same thing. Now, if we go on the great ancient economic model of Bharat, then we are pakka that we will having a very good economy. We are very near to the 10 trillion economy target. Somebody was saying that $5 trillion. Now it is only a number and time game. We have to draw the plan for the 10 trillion by 2030. We have to go for the zero BPL in the 75th year of our independence. It should be our goal that we should have no below poverty line persons here, and even we should have 100% employment, because in the traditional system of economy of Bharat, we were great that we have no even a single person which were berozgar. In the Sanskrit, my family is from the Sanskrit background. My elder brother is a Sanskrit professor. My sister-in-law is a professor in the Jammu University of Sanskrit. I asked them, what is the exact word in Sanskrit for this berojgari, for this berojgar? They are unable to tell. Why? Because in the ancient India, it was कल्पना से बाहर था कि कोई व्यक्ति बेरोजगार हो सकता है. कोई व्यक्ति बेरोजगार कैसे हो सकता है? बेरोजगार और रोजगार तो उसको फैमिली सिस्टम से आता ही था, सोसाइटी से आता ही था. So if we have to make our youth population, that is 37 crore population is from 18 to 29 age group, we are the youngest nation in the world. If we have to give them employment, I am not talking about the jobs. Jobs is different thing. Jobs is a minor part of the total employment scene. If we have to do every boy and girl of this nation, of this youth, of this nation, employment youth, then we have to go to our Swadeshi Vikas model. The lineage we draw from the Hindu economics by Professor M.G. Bokre, from the third way of Dattopant Thengdi, from the Ekat Manav Darshan of Dindayal Upadhyaya ji. If we root our economy, if we draw the inspiration from these type of leaders, then we have a sustainable model, sustainable development model. I'm sure then the next coming 9-10 years, we will having a zero BPL, 100% employment, and even $10 trillion we can meet. So for this type of economy, we should work hard. And now I am seeing the ray of hope that in the Indian system, everybody is talking about the decentralization, about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, about the Swavlambi Bharat. Everybody is talking, and future of our Bharat is very bright. And we hope the 75th year of our independence, or we can make a leap forward, और भारत जो है निश्चित रूप से विश्व गुरु बनेगा और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है. Thank you for the giving me the time. This Swarajyam 75 by Ranjit ji and Swadeshi Government Unit of India.
So maybe a quick comment on how do we plan, because all of us know that unless each and every Indian put an effort as a responsible citizen, especially after a huge pandemic situation that we are in, we will not be able to progress any further. You cannot think that everything will be taken care of by the government machinery itself. The government can possibly have a policy direction. The government can have a intervention in policy, but the primary duties has long been seen not being taken care of. We have always been looking at dole outs, especially in Kerala, where we have elected a government because they have given free ration, free food supply. So the mindset of the people has gone into a level where the development of the nation will be hugely impacted if we have such reliance on a welfare society, the socialistic model, or even the communist model, where the government is looked upon to give every kind of support rather than being responsible and being a party to the developmental process. How would Swadeshi Jagran Manch create an awareness or enthuse the people to work as a part and partner of the nation in development of the whole the development of the whole nation per se? So do we have a plan of action in place? Do we have any structured intervention models that we have? How would you guide us to go together as a partner in nation building?
Actually, this is the basic problem with this type of communist model. It is not on the Kerala, because Kerala has a Marxist government. And the mindset of the government functionaries and the government political leaders are that such type of. In that system, they give not only the central role to the government, but they give all role to the government. This is their mindset. And this model, this thinking process is itself problematic. Giving all and expecting everything, then it should be by the government. Jobs, that should be given by the government. Agriculture, that should be the government. Every policy by the government. Society is nothing to do. Only vote for in a 5 year, and then only to expect maximum giving their due share of their tax. Bas. No. When we say our Hindu economics model, when we say the Swadeshi model, this is the participatory model. Economics and employment cannot be created by any government. No, it is to be participatory. Social institution, educational institution, economic institution, they have to play a big role. Even individuals have to play a role. When everybody is playing a role, घर में क्या होता है? जब कोई family होती है, that in family, it is not that the only father has to work. Bas, rest will only take a seat and they will only get the food. No. Everybody has some work. बच्चे को भी कुछ काम करना होता है, मदर को भी कुछ काम करना होता है, फादर को भी कुछ काम करना होता है. जब everybody does some part of his work, then the family prosperous, become prosperous. तो इसलिए भारतीय जो सोच है, that family system also works on the society also. हम स्वदेशी जागरण मंच में भी ये कहते हैं, there is ऐसा कोई सच मॉडल नहीं है कि एक बुक में रूल बुक लिखा है, you can now apply into the government. Oh, this is Swadeshi book, this give the this model and you. No, ऐसा नहीं होता कभी. जनरल थॉट्स रहते हैं, अकॉर्डिंगली प्लान, अकॉर्डिंग टू डाटा, टाइम, द सिचुएशन प्रिवेलिंग, उसको देखकर पॉलिसी बनाना पड़ता है. मेजर आइडिया is to be drawn by the एकात्म मानव दर्शन. Major idea is to be drawn the family based क्या नाम है society. Major idea is to be the decentralization model there that should be. But Deen Dayal ji used to say, if you ask me only two words, how we can save our economy and how we can save our make our nation prosperous, then the two words are Swadeshi and decentralization. So in the world, we think that this district-wise economy, if we divide the system, and now such type of models are coming, as in Uttar Pradesh also, one district, one product type of system are coming. So decentralization is the key to the economy. That is the Swadeshi. So we give the major ideas, major rules, but exact policy making is to be that after taking the care of that state, which type of resources are available, which type of data is available. Only after taking consideration to all these things, any planning or any policies are to be made. It is not written in the book of लाल book or any ऐसी पुस्तक में लिखी हुई है, किसी स्टेट के क्या नाम है चीफ सेक्रेटरी को, फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी को दे दिया, oh now you do this on this our Swadeshi model or that model. No, that type of idea does not work. So we have a general thinking idea of Swadeshi paradigm that is, I have already said, that is based on Swadeshi and decentralization, public participation, institutional participation, individual participation. This participatory model that may reflect in the cooperative model, that may be in the FPOs in the rural areas. This type of planning comes from the decentralization, agriculture based, manufacturing based. This type of the idea comes from that group. So this type of subject will work.
Yes, sir. We have that one district, one product, multiple schemes have been announced by the government, and we have to wait and see how the people take it up. And like what we have in the Ekatma Manava Darshan, where the last man in the queue gets the benefit of the development. That is when we can say that the development has really got into the trickle down to the persons who have been in the lower strata. And of course, I think that, India could, with a paradigm shift in the outlook, the denial of many corrupt practices, maybe a shift in the planning process itself, where it took a drastic shift in the last almost 6-7 years now, and we are seeing fruits. Unfortunately, we have that pandemic which hit us badly, but still, I think the economy has not really been on the knees. It has been impacted, but I think the shoots, the animal spirits are still there. The green shoots are still expected to happen soon, and I'm very sure that with the help of every Indian, we will be able to march towards a very robust economy where everybody will be happy and our gross national happiness index will be high, rather than going in for the GDP per se. So the GDP numbers may not really be very relevant in the years to come. We will have a happiness index where all the Indians are happy, and probably we will not possibly brag with the numbers of a trillion or anything. So thank you very much for sharing your insights, thoughts, and advices. And also, we request to have your support for carrying on with this program, with resource persons and people who will probably come and have an interaction with the public at large. And we thank you very much. And I really appreciate the efforts taken by Swadeshi Jagran Manch at the national level, where it has been widely acknowledged as the right method to go further forward. Now we have seen that almost every ism has been demolished. Only a nationalistic Swadeshi Egadma Darshan can possibly be a sustainable model. So thank you very much, sir, for your kind presence here, and we look forward for working
Thank you.
together in the future. Thank you very much.